Welcome, YouTubers. Wolfie here. This is episode number 7, Going Underground. In this episode, I'm going to cover some items that you may want to bring along for an extended mining operation. What types of food to bring along, what type of supplies, and I'll go over methods of strip mining underground that will minimize actual digging and maximize ore location. And we'll also build a underground smelter as well as a item delivery system to enable us to bring our items to the surface without actually having to backpack it up and down stairs and stuff. One note while we head down into the base here. This episode, unlike the previous episodes, will be quite a bit longer, and it will be done totally in survival mode. As you can see, I have a health bar and food bar that we'll have to maintain during the episode. So with that, I'll head into my base here and we'll begin collecting some supplies. Okay, here I'm going to pick up some items of food. There's several kinds of food that I like to take along. The two primary ones are going to be one of the crops, either carrots, potatoes, or in this case melons, because they both serve as a food source and the item to be planted. So they only consume one slot in your inventory. Here. Open up the secret entrance here. One of the other items that you will need to pack along initially is plenty of torches. We'll want to get at least 2 chests to start off with. And then we'll want a couple of stacks of meat, because these offer a much higher nutrition replenishment than the watermelon do. However, they can't be resupplied while you're underground. So that's why I like to bring along the melons, because we can make a melon patch underground and plant the melons, so we'll have an unlimited food supply in the underground base. And then, oops, yeah, here we go. And then we'll want 2 good stacks, and I'll go ahead and grab this oddball one here. Now, I'm specifically choosing the wood, not the planks, because each wood will convert into 4 planks. So this is 4 stacks of planks. And this one, and this one. If we had just the planks, they would consume a bit more inventory. And then I like to bring a little bit of iron with me. Well, odds are we'll find more down there, so we really won't need a large quantity of iron with us. And then we'll just pick up a half stack of cobblestone. And the last items that we will need, oops, I've already got one, don't I? We'll need a bucket and another water bucket. And we'll go ahead and top this one off, and that gives us 2 water buckets. With 2 water buckets, we can build ourselves an infinite water supply below. And I always like to carry a water bucket with me, so if I accidentally step in lava, I can quick drop a bucket of water down and squelch the fire real quick before I take too much damage. And we won't need our axe. We will need our sword. Now I've got a Silk Touch pickaxe and a standard pickaxe. And I like to save the Silk Touch one for special items. Like for instance, diamond ore, frequently I will save diamond ore and harvest the diamond ore with the Silk Touch. And then later, once I get access to a high efficiency and a high fortune pickaxe, which this one already is, I'll save the diamond ore until I get a high fortune pickaxe, and then I'll mine it so I'll get more than one diamond out of each piece of ore. And the last item, I don't know why I closed that door, that was kind of dumb. Head down to my above ground base here. Let's see. Yes, I do. Excellent. So we'll want to build a crafting bench right off the bat, so we can take the crafting bench with us, even though we're bringing wood. And I'll usually grab a small supply of sticks right away. Go ahead and top off our health bar with our above ground food here. There we go. See, we got our torches, some sticks, and some cobblestone to build back up tools in case we wear these out. Wood for building materials. We have water buckets to create an infinite water source. Iron in case we lose the water buckets. And a pair of chests to drop most of this loot off when we first get there. So let's head back up. Now what I'm going to be doing... What is he doing with one of my doors? What are you doing, buddy? Peekaboo. Where did you get one of my doors? You got this one. He was naughty. Alright. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be heading down to near bedrock, and then we're going to begin a strip mining operation to look for additional ores, but also just to clear out an area. So I've already started a hallway down here, and I'm going to head in this direction. And what I do is I build a stairway. A lot of people dig straight down. However, I find it a bit safer by digging in steps like this. So if there was lava here, we wouldn't fall through immediately into the lava. We'd have a chance to recover. And that's another reason why I brought the cobblestone. So if we punch through a lava vein, we can stop it relatively quickly before it has a chance to spread. So let's throw down a torch, getting dark. And we just continue this process. So we're at 51, and we're going to go down into the teens. So I'll shut the voice off for now and speed this up as I dig down. Okay, here we are at where a little bit. I went one level too far. I was actually shooting for level 12 here, And the reason I chose level 12 to begin here, diamonds and the more expensive ore generally begin around level 16. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be digging a main channel here. We're going to clear out a room, a starter room here, set up a base here to begin with, and then we're going to continue this trench forward quite a long distance, and then we'll start feeding out arteries off to the side, looking for ores and other valuables. So we'll get our initial setup done here, and we might as well go ahead and get this iron ore while we're here. And get our other trunk placed, and we'll drop all this stuff off just in case we die. And we'll go ahead and get our water source started. Let's see, good spot for that. I want a little bit more space here. So let's clear out just a bit here. Okay. We'll tuck that water source right in here. And what we do, in case you're not aware, if you build a 2x2 hole and you put water in the diagonal corners, it forms an infinite water source that you can continually to replenish your buckets with. So now that we have that done, we're going to put our backup bucket in here. We want to replenish our torches. And we don't need that much of the food. So we need just enough here. And first order of business, let's get a furnace. Tuck it here. So we run into, oops, I wanted some of that cobblestone. So when we run into, we already have some iron ore, but we can't smelt it yet because we don't have any coal yet. But we'll end up finding plenty as we channel out. So I'll go ahead and finish clearing up this area, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got the room cleared out, and so we have a nice starting area now. I typically clear out my primary room for 4 high here, just so I have a little bit of headroom, and it doesn't make you feel so claustrophobic. And as it were, we lucked out. We got a nice supply of coal, as well as some additional iron ore to smelt. So we can grab the iron ore that we had earlier, throw that in the chest, in the furnace, sorry. And we can temporarily store that stuff. As you can see, we worked up a bit of appetite cleaning this out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to continue along this track here, and we're going to dig our main hallway that we're going to branch off, and I'm going to be digging out that direction. So we get our main hallway here. And I typically do these hallways 3 high. That exposes quite a bit of ore along the way. And as you can see, we found some redstone here. We'll go ahead and pop that one. And we'll go ahead and get these while we're here. Some lapis here. And remember, we want to light this up pretty well, because we're well underground, and it's easy to get mobs spawning down here, and you're in a confined space, and there is no place to run, Mr. Creeper. I'm looking for you. Some more coal here. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, let's see where we are here. So we're digging in the X. So let's just go to a nice round number of 100 here, just for easy mental math. 98, that's 99, and 100. And, oh look, more iron ore. Let's go ahead and get this coal while we're here. We can put that in the furnace right away. And there was a patch of redstone here. All right. So let's drop these goods off. Actually, we should probably go ahead and... where'd that ore go? Did I put that in the chest? I'm losing my mind. Oh, I didn't mine it. That's right. We should probably go ahead and get our wood. And let's build some trunks here. Oops, left that sitting. And these are going to be our loot chests, so we can grab most of this stuff here. We'll want that dirt later. Sand. We'll leave the sandstone there. No, we'll throw it in the loot chest. Okay, we'll start our loot chests here. And we can stack them 3 high, because remember I went up 4, so I can have 3 high chests here. And we'll start dropping off the goodies, because we don't need those in our working chest. We'll put the coal in here, because we'll need that later. So now we've got our main channel here, and it goes back to 100. So let's see where we are here in the Z direction. So it looks like we're at 226. So let's go to negative 220 or 200. That'll go 20 down. So we're going to leave one wall here. And remember, we're digging 3 high. And for these, I typically torch on the floor. just to separate these secondary channels from the main one. So if I'm ever get confused where I am, if the torch is on the floor, I'm in the secondary, and if it's on the wall, I'm in the main one. And another little tip. Let's say you're down, you're out in a cave, and you're torching your way in. So you remember, how to get back out. Well, if you get down some of those channels and you've got all your torches on the wall, on the floor like this, and you have no clue where you're going. Like when I'm in a cave and I'm coming, I would be coming from this direction here, down here. I would typically put a torch on the wall here facing the exit. And then when I go down a hallway, I would put one here as I go down the hallway. So then when I come back and I see a torch on the wall, I know that I need to turn this way to go home. And when I enter out in a big room, I have the torch facing the exit back home. So that's just a little tip for caving. Help you keep from getting lost. Let's go down here. Where are we? 3, 2, 1. Oops. I'm not digging too. Oops. I dug too far. 200. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to go back. Now we're forming a box here. That's what we're doing. And this is going to be another main channel. So this one we're going to torch on the wall. And as I said, I torch facing the exit. So the exits will be that way. And I'm not too worried about picking up loot right now. I'm just laying out the framework that we can go through and expose. So remember, we're going back to 100, which is the end of the other hallway, as you remember. Our first dirt. Excellent. Hadn't run into any dirt. Oh, and I hear Mr. Zombie out there somewhere. He's back in a cave in here somewhere. A nice patch of dirt here. Excellent. And you're wondering why I'm all excited about dirt. Well, see, I didn't bring any with me, knowing full well that I would end up finding some down here somewhere. Another reason why I didn't bring too much iron with me, but I brought some just in case, but we lucked out. We found quite a bit of supply just in that first room. So we're at 95. Oops. Not the shovel, silly. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, gravel. Awesome. I like gravel because it's handy for working lava fields. Because it falls, so it will fill up lava quite easily. 99. One more. And oh, looks like we've got a cave above us. That's where Mr. Zombie was. Okay, so we're at 100 here. So now we mark our corner. And we should be able to come back. And again, we're on a secondary channel here. Needed a torch anyway, so if we rapid click when we're mining a piece of gravel, we get a torch underneath it, and it will break the. I'm not getting lucky. Most of the time, it will break the gravel for us. So as long as there's not an air block underneath it, it will break it. So we put a torch there. And see, when we pop that, the gravel will unstack for us. And we don't need that torch. We'll save it for later. More dirt. And here we are back home. So again, we're going to mark our torch. Boom, home. Okay, so we now have a square set up here. And what we're going to do now, how are we doing? Yeah, we still got plenty. Let's just check an inventory and see how much space I got left. So now what we're going to do is we're going to trench mine these. We're going to skip 2 blocks and make a channel. And then skip 2 more blocks, and then this will be another channel. Skip 2 blocks and make a channel. Just marking them out for later. And I'll explain these in a minute. I'll do. Awesome. Math worked out. Okay, so we've got our trenches marked. Now, so we have our main channel here, our first secondary trench back to our other main channel, and what we're going to do is we're going to dig parallel to this one 2 blocks. And since we're digging 2 blocks, or leaving 2 blocks in the middle, we're able to dig a single trench and expose all of the ore, because since this is only 2 blocks, if there was any goodies, such as diamonds, gold, whatever, we'd be able to see it on this wall or from this wall. So we're not missing anything because there can't be a block between these two. So we're maximizing the surface we're able to see as far as looking for loot, while minimizing the amount of mining that we actually have to do. Some more iron ore. Some more coal. Okay, let's go ahead and mark that. Go ahead and get our iron ore here. Can't get that one. Come on, you. There we go. I missed some in that first trench, didn't I? We'll swing back on the way out. Ah, there's some gold right there. Excellent, excellent, excellent. One of the things I came looking for. Excellent, excellent. I'll go ahead and pick up this redstone that I ignored before. And I find that, I don't know if it's the algorithm, but I tend to find iron ore frequently occurs near dirt or coal. So we'll drop that in the chest to be smelted later. Again, we're deposit our goodies over here. Oops, I want that dirt. I like that dirt for later. And I'll come back and get that for later. All right, so I'll pause the video again while I dig out these trenches, and I'll come back when I have them all done, and I'll show you what kind of loot we had, and then what the next step here is going to be. Okay, here we are back again. I got about half of the trenches dug, and this is the loot I ended up with. So we got a pretty full chest, or a pretty full backpack here, and what we're going to do is store this in the chest, and then we're going to build some items down here that will make our life a little bit easier. Okay, we have our stuff stored, and I had plenty of iron, so I made a bunch of hoppers, and I made a furnace. So if you remember one of the prior episodes, I made a self-feeding and self-evacuating furnace. So that's what we're going to do here, except we're just going to make a fairly basic version of it, just so we can automate things. And again, I'm crouch placing those, just like in the prior video. So then we can automate this bad boy right here. Make life a little bit easier on ourselves. So we feed our coal in. So you can see our coal's piling up. And then we can throw ingredients in here, and we've got 5 stacks worth of space here to store things in. So once it gets finished smelting the iron, it will go ahead and smelt the gold for us, and it will store 5 stacks output here. Well, that'll make our life a little bit easier. I'll go and get these. Oops, I need to keep the iron so I can make some more hoppers later. The gold. Oh, did I do? Yes. Oops. There we go. The gold can go in the output chest. Now, I've got a base off in that direction, and underground I've got a transport system. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a tunnel over to that tunnel and have it intersect this tunnel, so that we can set up a chest over here and also tie in this output hopper here, which is currently collecting the iron and gold that we smelt here. And it will automatically transport it into my base from here without us having to cart all of this stuff back. So I'll go ahead and dig that tunnel. I'll pause. I'll dig that tunnel and connect up, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I have the tunnel excavated now, and I dug out around our furnace here, and then here's my transport canal that I mentioned before. This transports items from my iron farm that's way up on the surface over into my underground base, and I figured we could tie right into that here. So what we're going to do is we're going to, oops, I just noticed I have that facing the wrong way. Shoot. So we got to break that. Grab the iron it had. And I'll come back and get that redstone later. And we need that hopper again. And it's got to go that way. And we'll go ahead and put that iron back in it. Good as place I need to store it. I ran back to the surface to grab some glass and some comparators, since I didn't have any. And I also grabbed some packed ice. I don't know why I put it in there. That was kind of dumb. because we're going to need that for the transport channel here. I need a couple of chests here. So I need to make... Oh, I so didn't get enough. Ugh. Silly me. There we go. Okay, we want a double chest here on the back. And you'll see why in a moment. We're just going to tack that on right there on the end there. And then we can continue this hopper chain out, but I need the hoppers facing down this way. So we'll put a disposable block, just like we did in the other videos. So the hoppers will serve double purposes here. And we're going to need some space. One more, I think. There. Now, there. So now that should be drawing all the items out of the furnace here. It will also draw items out of this chest and ship it down to here. Now, oh, I did make one. Silly me. I need a dropper, which requires some cobblestone here and redstone, of course. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set this dropper here, and we're going to power it up with a clock circuit that I'll build off in this area over here, and I may have to clear out this wall a little bit. But it's going to feed into a water channel, which will then send some items out along the path here. So we need here. Now I especially got this packed ice so it does not melt in light. And we're definitely going to clear out this wall a little bit. Regular ice, that is ice that you find at the shore of the oceans and lakes, and or on the surface of lakes and stuff. Oh, more goodies. We'll come back and get that too. That ice melts when it's exposed to too high of a light in a non-cold environment, which we're directly under desert here, so it would. So we're in a desert biome. At least I believe it's a desert biome. Yep, desert biome. So it would melt. So to prevent that, I went to an ice spikes biome nearby. Well, actually, it's not nearby. It's halfway across my map. To mine packed ice instead. I should have used my silk touch on that. And what we're setting up here is this will be a lift. And what this is going to do, I need sticks and wood. I need some fence. What this little device is going to do is it's going to lift our items for us. Use this die right here, I guess. There. So this becomes a lifting device that gets it, because we got to get stuff up over the top of that channel over there. So we need to get it high enough here. So let's punch this out a little bit. Give us a little working room here. Oh, more iron. Look at that. Lots and lots of iron. Yeah. Not exactly like I need iron. It was gold and redstone and stuff like that I came looking for. And I got nice supplies of those. So now our water bucket. And what this is going to do is going to set up a transport here. There we go. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, I need solid on right here. And I need glass. No. There. I need... Oh, God, I keep forgetting to use Silk Touch on that. There we go. I think. Ah, that was really dumb. I just wasted my water bucket. That's all right. We got an infinite water source. We're good. Why is that not going up? What am I forgetting? Okay, I got it figured out. I was missing one block. The back fence post, I had totally forgotten to put a solid block. You need a solid block here, and one on each side, and then the rest can be glass around it. This one and the one on the other side needs to be glass. The rest of this can be solid blocks. It goes through solid or glass, doesn't matter. And the way this works is it exploits the fact that when you have an item in a hole, or a dropped item in a hole, so let's put throw an item in a hole, and then you plug the hole. Let's get the cobblestone instead. So when you plug the hole, it transports it out of that hole and it first searches the surrounding blocks to see if it can put it in it. If it can't put it in those, then it lifts it up one and tries there. If it can't put it there, it tries the surrounding. If it can't move there, then it moves up another block and up another block and up, and it repeats and repeats and repeats that process until it finds an open space to put the item. So what this does with this ice, it slams it into these fence posts and shoves it into this back block, and of course it's occupied, and it of course will then try to find a location to put that dropped item. So you can see here, it slams it in the post, and then it floats it right up to the top of the glass. So when this dropper is working, it's going to be doing that, and it'll elevate all of our items up. And very, very cheap, very resource-friendly water lift here. think we'll go up one more layer, and then we'll put our surrounding channel here. And then we're going to lead off in that direction. Now we're going to need our ice now, again, to make the transport go a lot faster. I'm going to crouch, and we'll start working the ice channel here. I'm going to go all the way over to my water trench here. As you can see, the water's flowing right below us here. So I'm going to put a disposable block so we can go over one. And then a stopper block. And that's the end of the channel there. We need... There we go. Now we can knock that out. And then on the way back, we build our trench. We should make sure we light this so we don't get any mobs spawning in here, which would be very bad. Now that's another difference between packed ice and the regular ice is, oh, that was dumb. Silk touch, got to get that back. That's a long trip to go get that. The difference between packed ice and regular ice is regular ice, mobs don't spawn on it. And I'm just using glass here just so we can watch. Oh boy, gonna have to go get some more ice, or some more glass. Ah, the heck with it, I'll finish it up. Okay, we'll a disposable block down there so we can get out of here. And down we go. Didn't hurt too bad. So we'll throw one block in and quick run over there to see, yeah, maybe a couple blocks. Oh, I didn't put the water up there. Oh boy, it's not going anywhere. Haha. I gotta get my other water buckets. And I need to make some slabs, which I need just one of, but and I need the other water bucket. Save myself a trip. There we go. Okay, we need a bucket there. And we want to put a half slab right at the end here so that the items can flow underneath it, but the water can't. Because we're going to put another bucket of water here. And we'll go ahead and put a slab here, just in case, so we don't get the water flowing off the end. I don't think it will, but I like to make sure. There we go. Nope, yeah, it would have gone right off the end. Okay, now we got our item transport, so we can chuck in an item, and you can see wheat, right down it goes. Okay, and back down we go. And we don't need that scaffolding anymore. Now, if we throw a couple items in here, you'll see it transport automatically up. And there they come. Boink, boink, boink. Okay, cool. And we should probably light that bad boy, which I forgot to do when I was up there. I only got one torch. That may not be enough. This end is kind of dark, because I had planned to use glass for here. In fact, I'll put the torch over here so I replace that with glass later. And I don't like to put torches on gravel, just in case. There we go. All good. Now we'll build us a clock circuit now that we know our transport system works. Let me pause this for a second. Sorry about that. Throat's getting dry. All right, let's build the clock circuit here. All right, we need, first off, a comparator. And what this is going to do is this is going to detect if this has anything in it, which it currently has. So it's going to light up. Okay, we're going to feed a block with that. I need a redstone, and I will need a comparator. So we want a spot here. We want a block. And we'll want to, oops, my bad. I need the block here. And we want redstone on that, redstone on that, and that offers a feedback. And now it'll begin popping out the individual items. Oops, I see I'm going to have to. I don't have any more glass. Shoot. Oh, I have those, plenty of cobblestone. Yeah, I need to run back to the surface and get some more. There we go. And there. Anything that we put in here will also get parsed out, as well as the iron and gold that come out of our furnace. Of course, it's finished now. So anything that we put in this trunk now will be transported along, and all this stuff is going to be popping out over here, and it will travel down the channel. Why is that minecart down here? Grandkids. It travels along this channel here, and as you can see, other items from other mob farms and everything are channeling in here, and the items that we're depositing are coming in, and there's another one of those lifts here, as you can see. And here's an example. You can see it's coming in glass, and it's going to transport right through. Oh, hello, Mr. Slime. It'll transport right through this solid cobblestone here, all the way up into my base and sorter and deliver all the items, so we don't have to worry about them anymore. So we don't have to carry all the stuff back in. Now, the channel back there was cobblestone, but it'll go through anything, you know, sand, sandstone, gravel, as long as it's a solid block or something like glass. It'll transport the items through. we can deposit these. And we can come over here. We can drop our iron ore in. And the piece of coal that I acquired. And we'll throw our other useful items in here so we don't destroy those. We'll refill our bucket. I'll come back and get that minecart later. There we go. Throw those in there. And now we can grab these items out of here and move into that chest. Flint I don't have a sorter for yet. Not my food. I will want that. I want to keep my diamonds down here too, so I can make more tools in case I need them. You see that? Clean that trunk right out. Give me my shovel. There we go. All right, there's our delivery system. And our furnace is working well. So anything that it finishes smelting will automatically be delivered to the surface, so we don't have to worry about anything anymore. That's right, there was some redstone down here. Go ahead and grab that. I should probably keep half a stack of cobblestone, and the redstone can go with it. We're just filling this in so we don't fall in a hole. There we go. There. So now we have an auto delivery system here. Next up, I'll pause while I harvest out this wall here, and we'll get a rudimentary farm going, so we'll have a food supply down here while we're working. So I'll pause the video and I'll hollow that out for you. Okay, we have it all cleared out here, and don't worry about that. We'll be digging down some more in a minute anyway. So I've grabbed the sticks and diamonds out, and we'll make us a hoe, because we'll need that in a minute. Seriously? How many times is that achievement going to pop? And as you can see, we got some more items for the furnace. Now what I've got here is for the width, we're going to have, I'm just going to make a very simple, not complicated farm. So we have room for 2 dirt channels and a water channel down the middle. And that's why I wanted that dirt earlier. And we lucked out, and we scored us a really nice supply of dirt while mining this out. So now we need the dirt. Oops. I got carried away. There. And we dig the other channel out here. Now the center channel is for water. So now we got the dirt done. we do have a water bottle or a water can. All right. And refill that once. That's all we need. Finish the channel. Now what we're going to do is, instead of putting it right next door, we're going to skip one, and that will form a refillable water here, so we can skip and just work it all the way down. Until we get still water all the way down. And then we want some slabs, and we're going to cover up that water channel with them. So when we harvest, stuff doesn't fall in the water. Which is not a big deal. If it falls in the water, so what? But we've got plenty of cobblestone, so we're all good. Now, remember I mentioned that I bring stuffs that are their own seeds? Well, melon make their own seeds. We don't need a whole lot. Let me go ahead and convert those 32. That should be enough. There we go. What am I doing? That was dumb. I only need to do one set. Silly me. I'm used to planting potatoes. We got those guys. And those guys. And I wonder if I can catch some bones coming by. Oh, what are you doing? No, 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 no. Shoo. Oh, fail. Ay, 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 ay. Didn't see him coming. Okay, got all my stuff back. Turkeys. There's a slime chunk above me there, and one of the big slimes fell through the holes. I clearly need to work on that. Plug that hole. But luckily, most of my stuff was still there. At least the stuff I came down here with that I care about. I can drop off all this junk that I picked up along the way. Oh, not the bones. That's what I went to get. Let's see. Anything else got to go? Oh, the eggs. Okay. Well, I was trying to save time and get me some bone meal. Oh, you didn't finish, did you? Go ahead and get these guys started. I find that sometimes the vines will die if you don't get them at least one unit up in the growth. There we go. Yeah, we got a few here. See how they're kind of yellowish. So those will start putting on melons pretty shortly. So now we got our food supply locked in. And we can get back to mining. Actually, I don't need any more dirt down here. We're good. So I can throw that in the bin to go down, or actually up. And go ahead, since it's not smelting anything, we can go ahead and pump that in there. So, well, there's our first melon. Awesome. We don't need a diamond hoe anymore. I'll need that. Put my sword back. Shovel back. Torches. Okay, and we're all set. So that's it. That's our base away from home. Now we can get back to mining down here, and cutting these sub channels. And I'm eventually going to carve this whole area out for another underground base. So I'm not too concerned with how pretty things look. So I mean, I don't really care. I mean, we're underground. We're just mining for minerals right now. So if there's some jaggy walls and misplaced torches and stuff, it ain't pretty. Who cares right now? So, oh, gold! I see gold there. That's one of the things I was a little short on. And I need some more redstone. For some reason the witch drops are not dropping a lot of redstone for some reason. They were, and then they quit. I mean, they're dropping some, but not nearly enough for what I really want. So, well, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and finish up these. Oh, I left an iron ore. I'm going to go ahead and finish up these trenches, and I guess I will see you next episode. Thanks for watching.